My last 4 partners have all been crazy. Must be due a good one by now. Welcome to Friday Fallacy. This week we're looking at the gambler's fallacy. The gambler's fallacy is when it's assumed that a run of results one way means that the other result is somehow due. That is, rather than accepting that past results don't influence future outcomes, it is argued that a long run of results somehow makes a different outcome more likely. This is not a sound way of arguing, as independent random events don't influence each other. That a coin has come up heads several times in a row makes it no more likely that it will come up tails the next time. That a roulette wheel has landed on red several times in a row makes it no more likely that it will land on red next time. Some examples of the gambler's fallacy. This horse has lost its last 4 races, it's due a win. I've been pouring coins into this slot machine, I'm bound to win the jackpot. I just haven't had much luck recently, surely it'll change soon. God will answer this prayer, he's been ignoring me lately and I'm sure it won't last. Perseverance is the key, every time you fail you are one step closer to success. Not all assertions about probabilities are the gambler's fallacy. Strictly speaking, the gambler's fallacy is when a sequence of results going one way is taken to imply that the other result is more likely. So a coin coming up heads makes it more likely it'll be tails next time. The reverse of this, assuming that a run of results makes it more likely that the run will continue, may or may not be a fallacy depending on the justification. Casino games and other controlled gambling are predicated on having fair apparatus. So as long as a roulette wheel or craps dice are to specification, past results will have absolutely no effect on the next bet, and any assertion otherwise is fallacious. However, if I pick up a coin and flip 20 heads in a row, it is rational to conclude that it is quite likely that the coin itself is biased, as such a result has a 1 in a million chance if the coin is fair. Note though, that in this case it would still be a fallacy to conclude that the 20 heads in a row make it more likely to get a tail next time. The most that we can conclude from a streak is that either it has no effect on the next outcome, or that the streak is more likely to continue than not. Outside of the tightly controlled world of gambling, the gambler's fallacy still occurs. Sporting teams that lose several matches in a row are sometimes thought of as being due a win, which is the gambler's fallacy. There are dubious pop psychology assertions about why teams are more likely to win after a losing streak, but statistics don't support this. If the factors that have led to a team having a winning or losing streak have not changed, then the streak is likely to continue. When thinking about probabilities, it can seem counterintuitive that a random process will even out a streak in the long run, while simultaneously the probability of each outcome remains the same. The resolution of this is that a run of, say, heads will not be balanced out by an excess of tails. Instead, what will happen is that any finite run of heads will be dwarfed by subsequent results. So although an imbalance of heads may remain, it will become smaller relative to the number of flips, which is how the streak is actually evened out. In conclusion, the gambler's fallacy is when it's assumed that a run of results one way means that the other result is somehow due. Until next time, keep your fallacies to yourself.